Hey guys, I'm back to another video, and today's video will be me discussing on how I think DLC should be done. DLC has been thrown around lately because I believe Destiny got caught having some DLC on the disc or something like that. So, how the way I think DLC should be done. If you are a game developer and you are developing a game, let's say like I'm on the team of Nintendo and like I am working on the next Mario game or something like that, like I'm on like Call of Duty team or whatever, something dumb. But if I'm thinking about DLC, I think about it after I'm done with the game. And here's why. Because if you think about DLC as you're making the game, you'll probably be like, oh, you know, this could be used as DLC. But if you're thinking it to be used as DLC, you might as well just include it with the full package game anyways, right? So, yeah, if you're going to make DLC, think about it after you're done with the game. Because if you're thinking about DLC before the game, you're pretty much scamming people. That's pretty much taking pieces of the game that was on the game itself and just taking it out and making it a separate product. So you could go and make more money, obviously. So, yeah, and I honestly don't like that. If you're a game developer, think about DLC not before, after you're done with the game. And you know, if you're doing like cosmetic stuff like skins and other stuff like that, you know, go right for it. You know, that's completely different because that actually doesn't take a lot out of the game development, I believe, because skins don't really do much. You know, it just looks cool. You know, like for example, Hyrule Warriors, there was a pre-order bonus for different Zelda series. Like if you pre-ordered it from, let's say, Amazon, you got like the Twilight Princess skins or something like that, and if you got it from GameStop, you got like Ocarina of Time skins or something like that. So yeah, cosmetic stuff I'm completely fine with. I honestly don't mind it because I play League of Legends, and the only way that Riot is making money is off of you obviously playing the game, the esports scene, and their skins shop and other stuff that they sell in that shop that you can use real world money or use in-game money depending on what you're buying to go and get said thing. So DLC, if you're doing pre-order bonuses, like I said, you know, cosmetic, that's completely fine. But if you're doing a pre-order bonus, let's say like an extra story mission, don't do that because that's basically, like I said earlier, you taking pieces of the game out to make it as DLC. And even though it might not be, you know, major story details, that's still story details. You know, like I believe Far Cry 4 is doing this. Like if you pre-order it, you get like an extra story mission from GameStop or something like that. So yeah, that's kind of dumb, and I hate the route that game developers are going with this. It's basically like, oh, so we are basically making the purchaser or the buyer or the consumer or whatever to pre-order the game just so they could get this one extra story mission when they should have really put it in the full package. And yeah, I've actually done this before. I say, you know what, I'm not gonna pre-order the game. You know, it does come with this cool pre-order bonus, but I'm not gonna get it. But I eventually do get it. For example, Hyrule Warriors, you know, I got it from Amazon, and I believe Amazon also had some cool little cosmetic things that came with it if you pre-ordered it. And I was actually kind of disappointed that I didn't get it, but really I got over it because it's cosmetic. And if it was like an extra story mission, I'd be pretty mad because, first of all, Nintendo's pretty new to DLC, and I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing in terms of like DLC content. You know, like Hyrule Warriors, I believe, is like one of their first ever like digital DLC pre-order bonuses, and they did it in a way where cosmetic, you know, Ocarina of Time skins, Skyward Sword skins, and stuff like that, and I'm completely fine with that. And when I see a company, you know, lock DLC on the disc, that actually gets me really upset because that's basically them saying, hey, you're going to pay for this DLC eventually, so we're just going to put it on the disc and then release it later. And that's really dumb because that's them basically saying that we thought about DLC before the game even came out or we even finished the game, which is really dumb. And you know what, season passes, I'm completely fine with those. It depends on how the way they approach it. Like Naughty Dog, I believe they did a pretty good job with it because they did it with multiplayer maps, and then eventually they released the Left Behind DLC, which was the main reason why I bought the season pass, because it was a lot cheaper than me just straight up buying the Left Behind DLC. So I'm fine with that. But overall, I think DLC should be done at a lesser extent. The way that video game developers and companies are doing nowadays is basically like, we're taking pieces of the game out and making them as pre-order bonuses, or they're adding them on as to like a DLC pack or something like that. And yeah, I don't find that attractive, honestly, because if I'm buying your $60 brand new game, there better not be some, oh, here's a DLC mission because you pre-ordered it. No, that should have been on the disc itself instead of me having to download the stupid code. All right, so yeah, if it's a pre-order bonus, I'm fine with it as long as it's cosmetic. If you're thinking, if you're going to do DLC for a game, think about it after, because you don't know if the game could be, a complete flop. It could be like, oh, let's say like the next Legend of Zelda game comes out, all right, and they're like, all right, we're almost done with the game. Let's think about DLC. You know what? At that point, I'm fine with it. You're almost done with the game. But if you're not completely done with the game, like you're like in like the super super early stages, like, what can we do as DLC? No, 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 no. You don't do that, because that's basically you being like, we could add this as content later on instead of us putting it on the disc in the first place, which is honestly really stupid. And I'm pretty sure I've gotten my point across at this point, because I'm pretty much repeating myself. So I'm going to just recap on how developers should do DLC. Is they should think about it after. DLC is not even a thought when you are developing the game. If you're going to do pre-order bonuses, cosmetic is fine, but pre-order bonuses digitally, I honestly don't exactly am very excited about. If you're going to encourage me to pre-order a game, I'd much rather have it be like, like a pin set, or like, for example, when Donkey Kong Country Returns was on pre-order at GameStop, they gave you this Wiimote banana holder or something really cool like that. Like a collectible, I'm fine with. But yeah, just pre-order DLC, or pre-order bonuses, I should say, should only be cosmetic. Because if it's a story thing or whatever, I find it at that point being like, alright, you're pretty much adding this on later. Or basically, like, you had this on the game at one point and you basically took it out so you could influence people to purchase it. So, or, it could just be them, we finished the game now, and we could, make this one story mission if people pre-ordered it, which is very unlikely, because since I believe like most games, they finish like, they obviously finish the game before it's released, obviously. So, there is some time where, they have to go to like the warehouses, print the games up, put them on disc, get the artwork and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm not sure what the time period is before they get that, before like the game is finished. Between the game is finished and between the consumer is able to purchase the game, I'm not exactly sure. But if it's like, we're done with the game now, let's work on some DLC. Well, that's not exactly the smartest move either, because you don't know if the game's going to succeed or not. If the game doesn't succeed, you're basically working on this DLC that no one would really buy, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm basically going to end the video there, because I've been basically getting my point across, just by repeating my same things. But overall, DLC should not be a thought when developing a game, and it should be thought after, especially if the game is successful. Probably people want more. Like, for example, The Last of Us, very successful game, and got a story DLC. So, that's really awesome. And another thing about pre-order bonuses, it should be cosmetic, nothing unlike that. If it's like a story mission as a pre-order bonus, not exactly into that. But, hey, so yeah, when you are purchasing your games, make sure the video game developer is not doing some shady DLC business practices like with Bungie did. Sadly, with their Destiny game, they locked DLC on the disc, supposedly, I heard. So, hey, stuff happens. So, yeah, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching me ramble on about the same thing for like 9 minutes now, so almost 10. So, I appreciate you guys listening to my opinion. I hope you guys agree or disagree. You know, just let me know in the comments below, and maybe I could go and see your perspective on things. And if you guys want to see me update on future videos, I will have a link in the description below to my Facebook and Twitter, along with my Let's Play channel where I play games every Sunday. I'm currently playing Hotline Miami, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time with more videos, and we'll also have a playlist to more thoughts videos just like this. So I'll see you guys then. Game on, gamers.